Alright, let's look at our first step, which is to create a table, design a table structure or definition. So we're going to use a example, a database example, to demonstrate how we create this database. So I'm going to use a school. Alright, I'm going to use a school. I'm going to come up with some data to store in a school. Now, as I said before, we would like to store data on in students and their parents, right? Someone to contact. Now, this information has to be stored. That's the point of a database. And we use a table to store it. Now, from that example, I said we want to store information on students and parents. That sounds like it could be one table. It could be one big, long table. So let's see what a table like that might look like. I'm just going to put a whole set of, right. So we might have the student first name, then student surname, then home address, then email, date of birth, and it could go on and on and on, right? Their form, the current class they're in. Okay, let's go to a parent one. So let's see parent first name, parent surname, relationship with that student, right? Because we could have the mother, the father, or guardian. And then, oh, well, I ran out of space, but this table can continue, right? We need a contact information, we need a phone number, possibly an email again. And then we need, if there's a second parent, so this could be the primary parent contact, that is. And then we could have a secondary parent contact. Okay. And then, of course, that secondary parent, we need to have their cell number and their email address. And it goes on. This table can be huge, and this is just the table headings alone. I haven't even typed data in the table as yet. So, this huge table could be broken up. Now, you don't have to understand how to break it up. I'm just trying to explain that it can be broken up, okay? You don't have to come up with the way to break it up. You will be given the table headings. Right, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so this table is too huge. So what we're going to do, in a database, you can have many tables. So as I said, we want to have two tables, one for students and one for parents. All right. Now, what does this table look like? So, as we said before, the first step in our database is to create our table design, structure, definition. Let's just go back to our notes here, which specifies the table headings, also called field names. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to just create the shell of our table with the table headings. So this is what one shell might look like. We need to know the name of the table. We need to know all the table headings have to be here. Those are called field names. Then there's something called a data or field type and a description. We'll come back to that. So I said I need two tables. So let me copy and paste here. My first table, I'm going to call it students. Second one, I'm going to put parents. And now here I'm gonna type in my table headings. So we did say what we said: first name, surname, home address, email, maybe a cell number, or yeah, cell number should be good, or contact number. right? Oh, form. We need to know what class they are in. All right, good. Um, so this is right. Let's see parents now. Again, we have first name and then we have surname. Then, oh, I forgot date of birth here. Right. Contact number. Home address. Email. Okay. That should be oh, relationship. What's the relationship with the student? Okay. Now, I remember in my explanation I put primary and secondary parent. So we could put contact type. So in this you could have whether they're primary contact or secondary contact. And notice where I type that information. I type that in description. Right? Relationship can be oh no, mother, father, guardian. Right, that's the official relationships. Okay, so I put that in description. So in my description, anything I want to put about the data, the the data that will be typed in, I can put that in description. Any notes, that's what description is. Description is any notes. I just thought I might want to put title as well, right? Could be Mr., Miss, well, it won't be Miss, but anyway, Miss, Mrs., what else could it be? Doctor, right? So those are the types of descriptions that you can, types of data that you might want typed for title table heading. Okay, now that's just a rough draft of our table headings. So we have two tables, table 1 and table 2. Great. Now, we didn't touch this column at all, the data or field type column. What are those field types? So each one of these table headings will have specific data. For example, the title, you would only expect text to be typed there. First name and surname, you'd only expect to be text. You won't expect a number or date to be typed there. Then you'd have the contact number. Contact number, you could have number only. For date of birth, you could have a date. For yes or no, let me see. Oh, you know what? I can change this. Primary contact. And primary contact can be yes or no. So that's, I'm going to put that right here. Right, yes, no. So this person could be the primary contact, yes or no. So these are the different data types here. There's text, memo. Memo just means like a paragraph of text. Number, and in the number you could have currency as well. Date, and yes or no. So let's fill in some of these here. This is text. Oops, text. Still spelled it wrong. Right. Text. Again. Contact number. I'm just going to put number here. Notice that no dash. If you put a number, then you cannot type a dash. If you wanted a dash to be typed in, then you would put text so that a dash could be typed in. Oh, home address would be memo because that could be kind of long. Text. Relationship would be text. Good. Let's move over here. Let's get this text here. Text, memo, email, text. This is number, no, oops, no dashes. Form would be text, and date of birth would be date, right? Date. Good. Notice the format for the date is normally month slash day slash year. So just keep note of that when you're typing in the data. You'll have to remember that. So that's something I could type here so that I remember, because we are not accustomed to that. We're accustomed to the date first. Okay, but this is American, so month slash day slash year. All right. Let's see what's next. Now, so we kind of have a structure, right? Structure definition of our tables. What we want to do now is that each table is supposed to be uniquely identified. Uniquely identified. For example, student. Let me put a row on top here. A student might have a student number, and that would uniquely identify them. So I'm going to put a number here. And this unique identifier is called your primary key. Primary key. Okay, and that means each student is going to have a different student number. You're not going to find any student with the same number. And you see, primary key cannot be for the first name, because there are people with the same first name, there are people with the same surname, there are people with the same home address. Email address is supposed to be unique, true. So that could be used as a primary key, except that email addresses can be kind of long, so a number might be shorter and easier for someone to remember. Form, date of birth. All right. Date of birth will not be a primary key. People born on the same day. Form would not be there. Some people in the same class. Okay. So we need to have a primary key here as well. So I'm just going to put a parent ID. And I'm going to put a number here as well. That seems to be the easiest thing. And put primary key. Nice. Good. So those are our tables. That's step one. Step 1A. We designed our table structure and definition. Good. Um, we're going to I'm going to stop there for now. Show you how to do this in Microsoft Access and LibreOffice, and come back for relationships and enter the data.